So I recently had a very, very interesting meeting with a mentor of mine. He is right about making 20 mil a year right now and is scaling his company to from 8 to 9 figures. And because I'm interested as well in scaling company and I work with very successful people, I'm quite not there. So my entrepreneurs I work with are more successful than I, but I want to be there. Um, And the nice thing, and the one thing I heard from him was that he said the one indicator that changes his earning from 7 to 8 figures had nothing to do with business. It only has to do with his health. So he literally said that, yeah, I burned out a lot, and I was making 80, 100K a month, so 7 figures. Then I hit 200 and I really burnt out. I only ate from food delivery. I only, I was in the zone. I took nicotine, caffeine, everything I could. I heard about healthy things, but I had no time for it, right? But then I really burned out. I had nothing to do, and then I actually started caring on my health because my physician said to do it, and I was close to therapy. That's what he said. And then he said he started exercising, he started getting a private chef, he started tracking, he started getting an O-ring, and what then happens, he said, was suddenly he could handle more than before. Even though he does more or he did more because he wants to scale his company, he could handle more. He was able to do more because of this. And in the first, the first few weeks, he said, of course, it was because of recovery of burnout. He has no time, or he finally has some time for himself, and he finally can do stuff for himself. So it was basically like a holiday. Sometimes you work harder like after a holiday. But then after a few months with sticking to the health habits, he said he had this awakening and said, man, why the hell did I eat so much poor stuff? Why did I not spend 3, 4 hours a week in the gym? Why did I not have nice food? Why? And that made me curious because I always see this when I work with my clients that they are successful, and I do not have something like a guarantee for the business and the growth and all of that, because I'm doing health stuff. I'm not doing business stuff. Okay, I when I give you a health advice, I can't guarantee you business success. That that is something stupid. I can guarantee you better blood work. I can guarantee improved health stats on the aura, on the chronometer, on some measurable metric. Okay, or lowered stress. But this is something that is very, very, very how do you say it, subjective, very subjective. So I can't guarantee the business success, but it makes sense. It makes real sense when you are healthy, when you know more, or when you not know more, when you are in a better condition than your competitors, and when you are in better condition than your previous self, you can make better decisions. Because in the end, what are decisions and what is the actual business? It is you putting your time and energy into it and taking action. And how can you take action? By driving your car. You are a vehicle. You need to drive. And like a car, you need to have servers. You need to fuel it properly. But when you don't have the service, when you don't fuel it properly, when you don't change your wheels from summer to winter, it's over. Not immediately. You might get successful, but after a few years, you might experience this, that you burn out, you can't work that hard, And then the things start to cripple. And instead of investing the short time of a service where you can have benefits years after that. For example, today I had, and the service example is only because I had service for my car. In Germany you have every 2 years service, and I had service for my car, and I thought about this, man. We are like cars. We need to, a good service car will, be checked. All the stats are measured, and look at, and it is amazing. And then you see a lot of people, especially entrepreneurs, and they don't and they give a about their health, but they don't understand that their health is actually the thing, or not their health, but their condition, their mental capability was actually the factor that made them successful. Sorry. But now, after time, when their mental condition slows down, because that happens with everything you don't care about. Whatever you do, when you don't care about it and when you don't take care, it goes down. That is a rule of the universe. When you don't take care of your garden, it will grow and is not beautiful enough. When you don't charge your phone after time, it will be low on battery. That is normal. But they don't do that. And this realization made me really curious, and that was the only thing he did to scale from 7 to 8 figures. And I'm now really, really proud. Not proud, but blessed to be in my industry, because I make entrepreneurs from 7 to 9 figures healthy. And if you're now 9 figures and you get healthy, I don't know what potential you have. I really don't know what potential you have. But yeah, that was it. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.